Hello, this is James. I have yet one more farming deck for Dr. Velian Crowler at level 40, and this one uses our friend the Amazoness Swordswoman once again, and it is another free-to-play triumph. Ignore these supremacy berries, you can use whatever healing cards that you want. The crux of the deck is 2 cards, and with these 2 cards, we're going to stop traffic entirely. So you see we have our life point boost alpha skill, and so we'll start the battle with 5,000 life points, and then as long as we get these 2 guys, you can wait as long as you want. It's the same as the Legendary Ocean, Legendary Fisherman farm, except cheaper. So again, ignore the supremacy berries. So if we have backup squad and we have our Temple of the Mind's Eye, the AI sees that and says, okay, if I attack him, it's only going to do 1,000 damage, and he's going to get to draw a card. And if I attack him again with my second monster, it's only going to do 1,000 damage, and he gets to draw a second card, and third for the third monster. So I can't let that happen. I'm just not going to attack. So that's great for us, right? As long as we have these 2 cards, we don't need to worry about anything. These 2 cards and more than 3,000 life points. Yeah, these 2 cards and more than 3,000 life points. That's why we start with life point boost alpha. And then we have our drawing cards. 2 jars of greed. I wouldn't rely on Crystal Seer so much because Ancient Gear Golem can do piercing damage, and we don't really have quite enough healing for that, because sometimes you don't draw into your healing cards. So we only have 2 Crystal Seers. We have 2 Pathfinders because Temple of the Mind's Eye is very important, and our Massive Morphs, and of which we only need 2. So if you get 2 on the Ancient Gear Golem, that's more than enough for Amazoness Swordswoman to net us over 10,000 damage. And then the third one is still necessary. Not just because getting the monsters grotesquely huge is funny, but because the AI is not stupid. It will use backup squad as a win condition. So it won't attack you like for 20 turns, but then when it has 3 monsters that can attack, or 2 monsters that can attack, and you only have 3 or 2 cards in your deck, it will say, okay, if I attack him twice, he'll draw his 2 cards, and then that's his deck. He's drawn out, and then the next turn, the opponent, you, will deck out. So don't fall into that trap. If you have, say, 3 monsters, I mean, if he has 3 monsters that can attack, and you have 3 cards left in your graveyard, you let him attack twice, and then you hit the last monster with Massive Morph. And then so then it can attack directly, and then that leaves you with 1 card to draw, and you can get cards on the brink, and then you can finish off with your Storm. Make sure you use Storm, because we need to get rid of Temple of the Mind's Eye, and then attack Ancient Gear Golem with Amazoness Swordswoman. Roll the clips! So here we have, we don't quite have what we need. We open with Temple of the Mind's Eye, and our Crystal Seer, and our Massive Morph. And Massive Morph is a tool to block. You have to think about it that way. But we Crystal Seer, digging two cards deep, we do get our backup squad. And since we have more life points than Crowler, here we can see the combo work immediately. Only 2 cards. And then he clogs up his own back row. And then we're gonna thin with Planet Pathfinder. Normal summon. And activate the effect. And then again, make sure that you have a Temple of the Mind's Eye. Make sure that, you know, you have a Temple of the Mind's Eye in the deck for Pathfinder's effect to work. And see, he's just not going to do anything because he doesn't want us to draw cards. The AI thinks that that's too valuable for us. Set our Jar of Greed. And the reason I have Jar of Greeds over Crystal Seers is because like I said before, Ancient Gear Golem with the pierce damage. We don't have to worry about that right now. Go ahead and get our Supremacy Berry, even though we don't need it. 2,000 healing is a lot of healing, and you could do it with only one or a couple Supremacy Berries, or whatever healing damage, or whatever healing cards that you have available. Just so you keep it over your life points over 3,000, and then and just the higher the better. But see, he's not doing anything. And the reason I like these one card combo farm decks is because all the other cards are stalling out and making the farm more successful, right? Your combo cards are not doing that for you. You want a deck that is its own combo. So we put our two massive morphs on the big guy, and then we just continue to sit and wait. And with the Ancient Gear, when I'm farming the Ancient Gears, I like to turn the toggle to on, because I want to get it. Usually I want to get the massive morphs right during the beginning of the battle phase. And see here, he's going to get the Ancient Gear Knight, but then we're going to block the Ancient Gear Knight, or the Soldier, but we're going to block Ancient Gear Knight. So he was trying to force us to draw 2 cards, and then we deck out next turn. But we have our Amazoness ready. We storm, and when you storm and he has his 0 gravity played, he will play it. But so that's why, you know what? Don't do what I did. Storm before you play Amazoness Swordswoman, because then you can still attack Ancient Gear Golem and get the damage when it's in defense position, because Massive Morph increases the defense as well. So here again, Temple of the Mind's Eye, and our backup squad. Temple of the Mind's Eye is more important than backup squad, because we have all of those healing cards. So that's why we have, 3 Temple of the Mind's Eye plus the 2 Pathfinders. And then with the Crystal Seers and the Jars of Greed, we can draw into backup squad. And if we don't have enough life points, if we have under 3,000, we can always heal up. So anyway, so here in these 2 clips, he clogs up his own field, so that we don't have to worry about 0 gravity. But if he does have a face down, make sure you storm off your cards, and make sure you get rid of that Temple of the Mind's Eye, or you'll blow it at the last second. Make sure you storm off your cards before you play Amazoness Swordswoman. And if Ancient Gear Golem is in defense position, it doesn't matter, because you still get the damage from the defense, from attacking the big defense position monster. And the reason you want to get the Massive Morph on Ancient Gear Golem is, well, one, it has a big attack and a big defense, so its position doesn't matter. And then also Spell Gear. If he has room, he will play Spell Gear and blow up his Ancient Gear cards and summon a Golem. So all of your Massive Morphs will go for wasted. Go for naught. And here we're just going to block the Ancient Gear Golem. And I'm just cautious about the Massive Morphs, because I know that I need to use them to block. Because he's going to play another monster next turn, and he's gonna see the backup squad as a win condition. So I'm debating whether or not to have Jar of Greed, or so I just play the Massive Morph on the Ancient Gear Golem, and then if he doesn't have a monster, I can use Jar of Greed. But he does, so okay, we're not going to use Jar of Greed. We're going to, before he is able to attack, because both the Knight, so the Golem can attack, the Knight and the Soldier have the you can't activate trap cards effect, so we go ahead and block off the Knight. We definitely do not activate our Jar of Greed, and then here we do it correctly. Storm the 3 cards. Again, if he has 0 gravity, it doesn't matter, because then Golem will be in defense position, you can still get the damage. And with the Storm, by making the Ancient Gear Cannon go to the graveyard, we get comeback victory, because of the 600 damage that gets inflicted to us. So there, pretty good, 7k, nice easy farm. Thank you for watching.